Hello, I am Professor Jessica Hacera, and I just wanted to welcome you all to this class. I have a little introductory lecture here. It's a kind of a get to know you, get to know me a little bit, and to show you around our class. So hello and welcome, and I hope we have a great semester, and I hope you feel free to reach out and ask me if you have any questions about the class. I'm going to switch it over now and show you my screen so we can talk a little bit about how I organize the class. So this is an Intro to Humanities class. Your dashboard should look something like this. You're going to click on this, and then the home page will open up for you. There's lots of good information here on your home page. One of the things that you want to look at first is the syllabus, which you can get to by clicking on this tab right here. The other things that I wanted to direct your attention to are these tabs here. Again, there's the syllabus. This is some background information about me. I worked in theater for several years before I went back to school and got my master's degree, which is what brought me to you all. And I teach several different humanities classes, the intro class, the 20th century class. I teach the art history classes as well. And I'm working on finishing my credentialing so I can teach philosophy for the college as well. And this is that's basically, it'll give you a little bit of introduction to the class, what we're going to talk about, what you can kind of expect from the class. So if you want to check on that, I have to figure out why that picture is not loading. Student support services. This will give you information to contact for our Office for Students with Disabilities. If you want to contact Baycare, this is a free program that we offer students here at Valencia. Learning support centers, smart tutoring, and a statement for support of students with housing and financial needs. And then the last thing up here that I want to show you is a page that I created of anti-racism resources. These are articles, and what I've done is I put little asterisks next to the things that I have read, and that way if you wanted to come talk to me or email and talk to me about any of these things, you know which ones I've personally read. And I am working on reading more of these. This one I'm almost finished with, so I'm going to put the asterisk there probably by the end of the week. But these are just good sources for information on how to be anti-racist. Last thing that I want to show you is from our homepage. You'll see all of these weeks down here towards the bottom of the page, and each one of these weeks, if you click on it, it is going to bring up what we're doing in class that week. So if you ever want to know what is due that week, that will be available to you. It's just a quick link that you can get to from the homepage. To start the course, you're going to click on this big green button. And as you go through the course, when you hit next, is it going to let me do it? Get myself out of the way. So you hit next, and it's going to take you through each one of the pages that I've created. So this page is how to navigate Canvas. If you have questions about getting started in Canvas, you can watch this short video. If you feel like you're good at Canvas, go ahead and skip to the next page. But the way the course is set up, it won't open the following page until you have scrolled through and looked at this information. So these are my policies. There's lots of really good information in here. Here's the schedule of assignments again. So if you have a question about what we're doing each week, you can look here on the schedule of assignments. More course policies, some things if you ever want to reference back to, hey, what's her attendance policy, what's her test policy. Here's the student support services again. The textbook, oh my goodness, I have to figure out why these images aren't loading. This is the information you need for your textbook. We are moving into a 5th edition, so I'm going to update this for our class for this semester. It would be Landmarks in Humanities, Same author, Gloria Fierro, and just this time it's going to be the 5th edition. It doesn't matter to me if you buy the loose leaf version or the ebook or the hardcover version of the book. It is a little bit confusing because we at Valencia, we make a special version of the book, and what we do is we work with the publisher to make it as cheap as possible. So it looks a little different than the national version of the book. Sometimes students can find the national version of the book for pretty cheap online. So if you want to get that, either one is fine with me. The information is the same. Sometimes the page numbers are slightly off. So if you don't choose to get the Valencia book, it's just up to you to figure out how the pages relate. But the chapters will be the same. So chapter 2 will still be on the Greeks. Let's see. Some information about course communication. I'd like for you to add a profile picture if you can. I think it really helps when we're in an online class. That way when I'm grading papers and I see your face pop up, it just kind of helps me see the person behind the work, and it helps us all feel like we're able to get to know each other a little bit more. This is how you do that, in case you don't know how to do that. Many of our weekly assignments will be discussion posts, and the discussion posts are really important in an online class because we don't have a face-to-face chance to have a conversation. So I really want you to engage in these discussion posts, think about them, tell us your ideas. We're going to talk about lots of things that hopefully you find interesting: art and music and politics and science. So really give a thorough response in the discussion post, as opposed to just, oh yeah, I agree, I like this, I don't like that, so that we can try to simulate that in class discussion. Okay, so this is going through all of my policies, and eventually it's going to bring you to our very first assignment. And this is a required attendance assignment, which means that during the first week of class, you have to complete this assignment and your syllabus quiz. Otherwise, I have to withdraw you from the class. That's the college policy. And this is a discussion post, so you can read the directions. I have a little link for how to do it if you don't know. And then to get started, you just hit reply, and then a box will come up. You can type your discussion post in there. You can click on this little image and even add photos to your discussion post. If you don't know how to do that, you hit Canvas. I choose course files. Now I have a ton of files in here, but you guys may not have a bunch of files. So you could just hit upload file, and it will pull up your computer database, and you could choose a photo from your computer. And then at the end, you'll just hit post, and that's how you submit your first assignment. The next thing I want to show you is the modules tab over here on the side. You can scroll through the class assignment by assignment, but if you want to skip to something, you can say, okay, I did the required attendance discussion post. What's my next thing I have to do? Let's say you did the discussion post and then you had to log off and come back later. Scroll through the modules, and then you'll click on your syllabus quiz. And after that, the first thing is your Unit 1 overview. So in these overviews, I'm giving you a little bit of information about the units in the class. For this class, we're going to have 4 units, and that means 4 tests. The first unit is on the Greeks and the Romans, so that's chapter 2 and chapter 3. I give you the study guide at the beginning of each unit. That way you can print this out, and it's your guideline as you go through the material. Sometimes as you're working through the lectures, if you have the study guide printed out, you can answer the questions as you go. And that's just going to make less prep work for you at the end when you do prepare to take the test. And here you'll see a video lecture and quiz. So what happens in these is there will be a lecture, kind of like what I'm doing here, but at the end it's going to put you into a quiz, and there's just a few, I think there's 7 questions. These are just short quizzes that are making sure, it's my way of checking in to make sure that you interacted with the information. So we'll have several of these in the class. Some of the lectures are me talking, others are just going to be written out. People learn differently, and so I try to mix it up, do a little bit of one and the other. There's also several videos. That way, if you get sick of hearing me talk, you can hear some other experts talk about the material that we're focusing on in this class. I think that should be a good introduction to get you started. And I wanted to just show you one last thing here on the syllabus. My email address is right here. You can also contact me through Canvas. You just press on your little inbox right here, and our course will show up in your inbox and you can message me that way. But I'm here for you, I'm here to help, and I hope we have a great semester. Thanks everybody, welcome to the class.